So with the news of central banks' coordinated action now chip wrappers, investors shifted their attention to another source of anxiety, the stubbornly high unemployment rate in the US. To check Wall Street's reaction to the latest figures, it's over to Jayne Edwards. Jayne.
Alan, it was a pretty good set of figures that came out on Friday, but Wall Street traders were content with their massive gains from earlier in the week, so the indices finished the day unchanged. The US added 120,000 jobs during November, taking the nation's unemployment rate down to 8.6%, its lowest level in 2.5 years. It's a welcome indication that the intransigent US jobs market is beginning to move in the right direction. It came at the end of a week in which world markets rallied sharply after central banks announced coordinated action to improve the flow of money to the banking sector. As a result, prices jumped for shares, gold and other metals, oil, which is back over $100 a barrel in New York, and the Aussie dollar, which closed above 102 US cents. Around the world, the gloom of last week was temporarily forgotten. The major stock markets took off, with Europe rocketing up by 11%. Now with details on Australia's 7% jump, here's Marcus Padley.
Well, that was the third best week in over 20 years. I'm not sure it was entirely down to Wayne Swan's mid-year economic and fiscal outlook, but that was blamed for increasing the chances of an interest rate cut this Tuesday, with maybe another one in February. That helped the retailers out. We had particularly good performances from Myer, Harvey Norman and David Jones, who had their AGM this week. And one announcement that did cause some share price changes was the S&P ASX index changes. That came out on Friday. 4 stocks are going into the ASX 200. They all went up. And 4 stocks are coming out of the ASX 200. They all went down. And Perseus Mining had a very good week there going into the ASX 100. And Billabong, which fell over last week but did okay this week, is coming out of the ASX 100. Other stocks going up this week included some of the high beta stocks, which are the volatile stocks that traders like when the market goes up. They included Macquarie, Panost, Paladin and Oz Minerals. Some stocks were going up on the back of earnings updates, including Suncorp Group, bought Longyear, Metcash, which had interim results, Qantas after some profit guidance, and Bradkin, who gave earnings guidance with a placement. Stocks going up on their AGMs included Linus Corp and Gloucester Coal. Caltex was up after some broker upgrades. Aquila Resources on an iron ore contract and talk of a bonus issue. QDeco up after reporting bonanza gold grades. That is actually a technical term. And Origin was up after their notes issue was oversubscribed and they increased the size of it from 500 million to 800 million. Stocks going down this week included Bluescope Steel, which is still trying to get away a $600 million capital raising at 40 cents when the share price is below 40 cents, and Sundance Resources, which is still having issues with its Chinese bid, and another stock underperforming this week was What If after a broker downgraded to sell. And now announcing our winner of the year, drum roll please. National Hire Group up 169%. It's in the process of being taken over by the Seven Group. And our loser of the year, Hasty Group, down 90%. Their chairman described the year as the worst in the company's history.